Hello. I actually don't know what to talk about. So, the only thought that went into my head was grass. What is it actually? Why do we have grass? What's the purpose of grass? When it's gonna grow weeds anyways and harm our other plants that is growing in the grass, on the grass, through the grass? I don't know. Preposition is hard. Um, Speaking about grass, it makes me think about weeds, like not just those that you pluck off in Animal Crossing or in real life, like how Bretman Rock does it on TikTok. It's also about marijuana, and then it makes you think about, well, what the positive effects and the negative effects of marijuana, and then it makes me think about, recently I'm trying to search on like various websites to buy like certain things. Like recently I'm trying to find a freestanding pull up bar kind of thing. And then you know it's mostly sold in America, and nobody is like drop shipping it or something, whatever you call that, retailing it, reselling it. Yeah, reselling those things like Vever or the Vietnam one that costs so much because it's in English and it's primarily sold in USA or Vietnam. If you want, but bitch, we live in I live in Singapore, and I want to get that, but because they only sell either in USA or Vietnam, but Vietnam is so close to me and it's cheaper if I bought it from Vietnam. But like I'm trying to find like those warehouses like V Post that help you like ship it to their country, and nobody has a Vietnam address. Like I tried the Com Gateway, I tried V Post, I tried tons of stuff, and yeah, nobody's selling it. And the Vietnam one, Vietnam Dong, when it's converted into Sing dollars, it's only like 90 Sing dollars max. And then if you go to the USA, the English website for that pull up bar, it's Con I don't know, bitch. I don't know how to pronounce Vietnamese. It costs like uh 200 something, almost 300 USD for the same pull up bar. It's crazy. You know, is it gentrification, or is it like defeating colonizers in a way? Like America is like one of the colonizers before the world wars and stuff. Yeah, so I guess it's just very weird how a lot of countries are colonizers, and then you don't think about them that much. Japan technically is a colonizer because of the Japanese occupation. In a way, it's just we just call it Japanese occupation during the World War II, but they're doing colonizer shit. So I don't know. Then China has a history of colonizing stuff also, you know, but I don't know what they would call it though. They're trying to like get lands from other places that are Mandarin speaking, not necessarily Chinese speaking, Mandarin speaking countries. It's just weird. Like, why do you care so much? You already have like a big plot of land. Not wait. Also, not necessarily Mandarin speaking. It's just like territory close to them as well that they're like trying to get. I don't know. Borders are weird. Like, come on, catch a break. Have like just smoke marijuana. And then the history of marijuana turns out I think is from China, India, right? Yeah, a lot of people probably don't know that. I don't think I'm very accurate, but I remember somebody's like a couple of people saying that marijuana originates from like China, India. like that region of Asia. And then I don't know what happened. Is it the trade or something? uh, but like how did opium poppy seeds I kind of know opium is from like the English, but I don't know necessarily like the origin, like the native land of opium or poppy seeds, whatever you call that. um is it truly from the European side of things? Because like I think you can technically grow it like anywhere, right? I'm not sure. I haven't read a book about opium and poppy seeds. It's just fascinating that, you know, makes them like trade, I guess, like, depo- is it deposit or something? Or like loan out the territory of Hong Kong and Macau, I think. I don't know that much about Macau. But then speaking of Macau, I was like, there was one period of time I was trying to research on Macau, and then it turns out like there there's a video or something saying that Macau is more like, um even though the two party system or something, one China two party system, right? um it said that Macau, even though it was colonized by the Portuguese in previous years, and there's a lot of Macanese that are like mixed with Portuguese blood and shit. That's where egg tarts come from, the Portuguese and Macau. Um, it makes you wonder whether they're more close to the Portuguese side, like how Hong Kong is close, like most people are closer to the English like way of thinking about democracy and stuff. Um, but it turns out that like I think it's a video that I remember that I can't remember if I watched it on a video or like read it somewhere. They say that because like how close the territories are between, like, in China, they're more like they side with the Chinese, like the more Mandarin speaking side instead of like the Portuguese side. Makes you wonder. I don't know how that like, I don't think it's just a territory thing. But like how is Hong Kong? Hong Kong is still like close to, like, it's, I guess it's between China and Taiwan in a way, but still like in China, like land wise. But they're you know, but they're not that close to like, to the like the more Chinese way of thinking stuff. It's more like the British way of thinking stuff. But I guess it probably have something to do with the economy. Like, you remember that, like, I don't think Macau has that much of like an e- economic impact when it comes to having a hand over China. But like, I remember like somebody saying that, um Hong Kong, what was like used, because Hong Kong, yeah, it is like a very like urban place, like one of the few Asian like territories that like have like like urbanized and like everything and stuff, like rich people are there. And then you look at the Hong Kong entertainment industry as well. It's pretty big at one point in time. um and then that's why the mainland China, like the government was like a bit like more apprehensive in like controlling Hong Kong because of the large economic power that Hong Kong has over China. And then now China, like, there's a lot of urbanized cities, hence like more money and more military power and stuff. Hence the power Hong Kong has is now like, is it stifle? I don't know the word, but like decrease in like power in terms of politically and economically, hence the whatever the umbrella event and stuff, umbrella riots, protest, stuff, yeah. It's interesting to look at that, like in, sometimes, you just be looking, but like, and then it's also interesting that, you know sometimes I research and like, about like those Hong Kong celebrities that are like big names in the TVB universe, and then like they're mostly not, they don't have, because they were born during the British, like, uh occupancy period in Hong Kong. So like, before Hong Kong was returned to China in 1997, so most of them has like British like citizenship in a way. Interesting. And then after that, after the return, they're like, the Wikipedia is still like, English citizenship or something. And then other people who are famous are Canadians, uh who work in Hong Kong, like celebrities who are Canadians. But like, it also makes you think, like, there's a lot of like Hong Kong celebrities that were born in Canada, and like there's kind of a big Cantonese Hong Kong, um population in Canada as well. I don't know why they pick Canada though. I mean, maybe because like it's also under the, the British, like the Commonwealth thing, like, you know. But then, like, why Canada? It's kind of fucking far. I don't know. Do people still fly over the Pacific Ocean, or do they like, so that determines the distance between Hong Kong and Canada versus Hong Kong to UK, right? I don't know, but like, it makes you wonder, like, is it because like, I remember like, certain like flight routes are not, like, certain like parts of the map are not flight routes because of the Bermuda Triangle and whatever, how the earth rotates, hence the wind is different, so they don't really fly that route or something like that. There's just a lot of things in my mind. And then, yeah, I was talking about marijuana. I was talking about plants. Then, yeah, oh yeah, I was researching, and then I came across like, I don't know which website that's like an alternative to VPost and stuff. I think it's like those like website that help you buy shit and then ship it to Singapore or whatever. I think it's Ubuy or something, probably, or another alternative to Ubuy. And there are restriction in like, certain goods to be delivered or shipped to Singapore, whatever, right? And then I was looking at, um the more because like marijuana is like a drug, uh narcotics department, like really high, um is it degree or something, I don't know, case, whatever you call that. um that means you get jail time, like a lot of jail time for consumption or selling marijuana. um and then I was thinking, like, CBD is like, is not THC, right? THC is the one that makes you high or stoned, and then CBD is just like a thing that we humans have, also produce naturally. um but then like, we can't import any CBD products, even like, um makeups and skincare that contain CBD, cannabinoids as they call it, um into Singapore. But then I wonder if hemp seed is not, it's not marijuana, but it's like a cousin to marijuana. Hemp, is hemp seeds allowed? Cause I don't know, I think I had hemp seed oil, but like, from iHub, I tried to buy one of the hemp seed oil and then it was denied. So they get refunded me my money, but then I bought it and not from another like um brand and then it was allowed. I don't know. I'm so confused. But like hemp is so similar to the way marijuana looks, but it doesn't have any THC or I'm pretty sure that there's no CBD as well. But I understand why people don't allow CBD oil, but then I don't understand why people don't allow CBD in like makeup products or skincare. You're not like actively consuming it. You're just putting on your face as skincare because CBD is so like I don't know whether it's true as like moisturizing or something. I don't know. Sometimes it's on. I think it's on like Milk makeups like mascara as well. There's a whole CBD line. Interesting. Uh, or is it something? You know, very interesting. But you're not eating eating it, so you're not gonna. But I and then I understand that why CBD products like CBD oils is not allowed even though there isn't THC, but then because like we don't know how controlled the companies are with like removing the THC out of those CBD oils, but then like for consumption, right? But then for makeup and skincare you're not really consuming it, so I don't think you can get high from like maybe like if they cannot remove like THC totally. And then it makes me wonder like I did like have a period of time like very very interested in CBD like and THC and marijuana and stuff. It's just very interesting to me, but I'm not a science person per se. It's just the effects. It's very interesting. It makes me like go on to another rabbit hole about kratom. Kratom is native to Southeast Asia though, and then kratom and a little bit of opium. So I don't really understand opium though. I haven't really read much about it. Um, yeah. So, and then through that rabbit hole, I found that hemp hemp products are really durable as compared to cotton. Like you can make paper out of hemp, and then you can make clothes out of hemp, and it's more durable and longer lasting. I've always wanted to buy it, but then it's so expensive to ship here because it's mainly sold in USA. I'm pretty sure I can like hemp is allowed, but it's just like the extra fees of like transferring into via VPOS and stuff. It's just extra money just for a t-shirt to try it out. It's like a mixture of hemp and cotton because I think hemp is more like um dry, like not drier but like more scratchy. That's why you have to mix it with a little bit of cotton even though it's more durable like that. And it's more like breathable as well as compared to like buying microfiber stuff. It's so stinky. It's microfiber, right? That's so stinky. Like dry fit material stinky. And then you realize that those microfibers and dry fit are all made out of plastics. And then I want like that's why it's so stinky, even though they call it breathable, but bitch, it's stinky even though you washed it in your washing machine. It still stinks. There's this like weird smell that nobody likes. Also, okay, I think I talked too much of like different topics. I've talked about myself. There's not much going on right now. It's just that I got an interview like offer to interview. I don't is it just an interview job interview next Tuesday. Um don't know what role is it for because I applied for a couple of roles in that hospital. Um, so I'm waiting for the email. Like they called me yesterday about interview. Um, stuff like that. Um, and then recently, because my mom hasn't been changing her diet. Also, I realized that my dad has high cholesterol as well. I only thought that he had high blood pressure, but turns out he also have high cholesterol. It's just that he don't take his meds for high cholesterol. I don't know if he take any meds for high blood pressure though. So he have like leftover medications. Um, yeah, cholesterol. I think it's more diet thing, like what you eat, hence the the clogation, the clogging of your blood vessels, the clogation of your blood vessels. Yeah, so nobody's changing their diets. Like, they all eat way too much meat in my opinion. Like, if you buy like mixed veggie like Thai fan, Dap Thai Bung, however you call it, um, they often my dad often buys like two meats, one veggie, and just like white rice. That's a lot of meat. Two meats is a lot of meat. It's a lot. Like one meat is enough. Like you just need like one protein. You don't need two different proteins. And yeah, it's just a lot. I guess that's why they got high cholesterol. Hopefully I don't get that because I'm mostly plant based anyways. Flexitarian, well, I eat junk food because I just enjoy eating junk food. I exercise. My mom and dad don't really exercise it either. So like, even though I told my mom to exercise, especially because she now has like prob- probability of having high blood sugar because I don't know, she got tested her blood she gotten her blood test one time in the polyclinics, and then the apparently the sugar levels was the glucose levels or was pretty high, so she have to get another like the blood sugar test in March, and then right now she have her colonoscopy shit, where she only removed two polyps and then she have one that she needs removing, so she have to change her diet some way or somehow, cause like, bitch, you're getting a bit too much stuff with your health right now, but you're still unwilling to change like parts of your lifestyle like diets and exercise. So I've okay so I'm just trying to preface that I will just help out in like doing like meal prep for her to bring to the office, cuz like it's weird how like if she were to buy lunch, she she would like tell how ask someone to help her buy lunch and stuff, right? And then the people will often like buy like things they will like to eat, which is meat, a lot of meat, oily stuff, like, then she told them to buy vegetarian stuff, and then they will only buy those like meats and potatoes, and then there's no like green veggies at all, or like different colors of veggies, right? It's oh crazy. People weird. I don't know, like, you're so old now, like, why are you buying stuff like that for other people as well? Hopefully everybody's all right with their health. It's just stupid that they're not eating enough veggies. Like, veggies are nice. It's delectable if you cook it the correct way. I personally don't like veggies that have like dried shrimps on it. Like cabbage, like stir fry cabbage with dry shrimps. Hate it. That's why I typically buy it from vegetarian stalls, because they don't have dry shrimp. It just ruins the taste. And then the dry shrimps that is imported to Singapore, I'm assuming that's imported. It's just it just tastes so bad. Like, in June I went to Thailand, and then like they have dry shrimp. The dry shrimps are bigger, way bigger in size, and then like they often put it in their papaya salad som tam, um, and then it tastes not as like fishy, seafoody, stinky as the ones we have here in Singapore, and it's smaller and stinky. So yeah, not eating dry shrimps here. It's like how I prefer eating mung bean sprouts in Malaysia, in Ipoh specifically, than in Singapore. It's like that shit is short and fat. That mung bean sprout, short and fat, tasty, very nice. It's just grown differently with like I think mountain water or something, well water. I don't know. It's just different. And here the mung bean sprout, or like elsewhere, the mung bean sprouts are often long and skinny. Not my favorite, but I'm okay with like the way Koreans like do it for their banchan. That one is like the taste. That one's acceptable, but if like it's a stir fry, it's a bit shit. But like in noodles, like soup noodles or like dry noodles, it's okay. Like I will eat it. It's not a problem for me. But I seen people like taking off bean sprout or ask for no bean sprouts at all. It's just a texture thing. It's very good. It's crunchy. It's just a different textural experience when you have soft stuff like noodles, and then with like a crunchy element which is the bean sprouts. Oh yeah, yeah, meal prep, right? So I found like various like recipe that is easily done and healthier in that sense. So I personally I have like a couple like things that I already know how to do that is like vegan already, but that those are pretty hard to do, so I'm not gonna do that, especially like if it requires baking and stuff like that, like laborious stuff I'm not doing. So the things that I want to do is like the only oven thing that I would do is like roasted pumpkin or roasted sweet potatoes. Like just drizzle a bit of oil, put some salt, put some spices, put some black pepper, white pepper, and then like put it in the oven and then roast it. That's that's good. I tried it before, loved the taste. Cause I tried like this combination in gastronomy gastron gas gastron I don't know what is the shop name, restaurant name. Oh, it's called Da Paulo Gastronomia. Yeah, I tried that there with the salads and like salad kind of stuff selection stuff. So that one's fine. And then I found how to do dosa or dose, however you call it in whatever Indian languages, you know, people prefer. And idli, because I prefer like fermentation stuff also, so you get your vitamins, like vitamin K or something, from the fermentation. And then if it's more like meat based, if I would only cook chicken and fish for me mom, it's either pad kapao, because I have basil. Even I don't remember if I bought Thai basil or some. I think it's Thai basil, like the basil plant that my dad is growing is from my seeds that I buy, bought that I bought. Yeah, so I can like dice the chicken into like not even like minced, but like diced it and then like cook it in the sauce. I have that in my written down, and then or we can do mapo tofu, can do like the Chinese style or the Korean style. It really depends on whatever sauces condiments I have. It's also doable because tofu is pretty easy for me to do. And then yeah, and then oh, I tried the marinated egg, like the sauce that was used to marinate the egg, the hard boiled eggs, or is it called soft boiled? Cause like it's more gooey in the egg yolk. But I know how to do a really good like gooey egg yolk hard boiled egg. You just have to cook it for 6 minutes, like 6 minutes, as in you put in cold like regular water, and then you just start the fire like on the stove, turn on the stove with the eggs inside. in the room temperature water 6 minutes, boil it, and then after that cool it with ice water or whatever, cold water, tap water, running water you have, and then that's pretty gooey already. It's not like the greenish yellowish greenish yellowish egg yolk consistency, like dry consistency. If you want that, just don't put it in cold water and you have that consistency. Then I tried to marinate that, like the sauce to marinate it yesterday, where I put like red lentils and a bit of rice and potato and stuff. What did I put? And chili. Yeah, I just put a bunch of things with the sauce that is needed. Onions, garlic, I think. Yeah, and brown sugar, water. Yeah, that was pretty good. It's pretty good sauce. Can like put it with a lot of things. Highly recommend. And then I also wrote down like how to make kimchi with like my favorite, like I think the easiest one was the New York Times cooking YouTube channel with Eric Kim on it. He teach you how to make the black kimchi and the red one. And then I think his personally is pretty easy to do. It's just that the gochugaru is very hard to obtain and it's really expensive if you can get it, if you can buy it. So I found alternative. Apparently you can use yeah dried chili, um dried whole chilies, where you find it in like wet markets or like supermarkets, and then you can just like cut it up and then like use your blender or food processor to make it into chili flakes as alternative to gochugaru. Yeah, I guess that works. And then I've also found I also want to make tahini because like it's pretty usable in a lot of cuisines, like making hummus, putting it in your overnight oats and stuff. And then another thing that I would like to try was farinata, or like farinata is a Italian, like the chickpea flour thing, where you put it in your oven, and then it becomes like looking like like you know those like scrambled eggs kind of like version in McDonald's, like a bit like that, but like a bit like looking like the Basque cheesecake ish, like a mix of those two. And then because you have the chickpea flour, one thing that's similar to the farinata one was the Indian besan chilla. It's just one is in the oven for the Italian one, and then one for the Indian one is on like a frying pan. It's the same idea of like stuff, so you can do it both ways. And then I'm trying to legume use any legumes to tofu it, like maybe like a Burmese tofu. Since I already have red lentils, I can technically do Burmese tofu if I wanted to. And then yeah, hummus is pretty easy if you have tahini. But actually I did try hummus without tahini and it still works just a lot, like yeah, it's pretty good. And then I also tried, I wrote down recipes for like Filipino food that's like doable as well. So the other one was the eggplant. It's called tortang talong. Is the eggplant with the egg, like you dip it in the egg mixture, like how you dip it in like to make dip it in eggs, like how you dip it in to make French toast. Yeah, that kind of vibe. It's pretty easy. And then you roast your eggplant like how you roast like Mexican chili and stuff. So on the stove, you just roast it until it's like charred, and then you just like wait for the steam to come out, and then you remove the charred skin because we don't want cancer in here, carcinogens in here. And then another Filipino food is the chicken afritada, which is I think it's pretty easy to do because it's like similar cooking methods to Carla Lali music, where she tend to like fry her chicken in a pan with like oil, and then wait for the juices to release, and then you remove the chicken, and then you put your alliums in it. You stir fry your alliums in it and veggies and whatever, and then you put like the sauce, like a tomato paste. It's pretty like it's looking a bit Spanish and a bit of Italian, kind of like food that is easy to make as well. It's a one pot recipe, easy, easy, easy. Yeah. So I have all those things in my um notes. So yeah, I'm pretty prepared to make all those stuff. I'm surprised that I have so much written in this notebook. Like it's like initially this notebook was like a journal of sorts, so that I can sleep. I have to write things down so I can sleep. Because sometimes I remember parts and parcel of my childhood, so I have to write it down before I forget or overthink it, and then like I can't sleep. So yeah, I have that, and then yeah, recipes also pretty good. I think I'm prepared to do anything. Like to make kimchi, to make like some maybe like banchan or mapo tofu or whatever the fuck she wants to eat. I also can make like pasta with like those like those that you see on TikTok, but initially it was on YouTube. Like those pasta dishes where you put your it's like a bit of like a fake mac and cheese. So you put your pumpkin, your cooked pumpkin or sweet potato, and then you just blend it with other spices and salts and stuff, and then you just cook it like a pasta sauce that I also can do. Yeah, pretty excited for it. Think that's about it. I've been watching Shameless, the US version, and on season 8 right now. Pretty good. Yeah, that's about it. Bye.